Welcome to the Blue Cafe. We bring you stories of faith, love, and devotion. Yeah, just kidding, please help us grow by hitting that like button. Now on to the story. My 26M brother 29M is married to, and cheating on my best friend 26F, and I'm conflicted if I should say anything. Update. My best friend, Pam, and my brother, Jim, got married 2 years ago. I recently discovered that Jim is cheating on Pam with a college friend of mine. Said friend posted a picture of my brother's back laying in bed with her on her Snapchat. I'm assuming most people thought it was some random guy, but Jim has a tattoo of my and my younger sister's names on his left shoulder. I immediately confronted him and demanded an explanation, and he admitted he has been having an affair for the last 2 months. I was appalled but decided to not tell due to Jim's pleading. I've been having a very hard time choosing to stay quiet or not. I didn't have a great childhood. My dad was out of the picture, mom was there but had some mental health issues that'd render her, let's just say, unable to be fully attentive. Jim stepped up. He served as a parent for so much of my life. He practically raised me and my sister. If not for him being in my life, honestly I probably would have starved to death, or ended up on the streets. I don't think I can just betray him like that. On the other hand, Pam is my best friend. We've been friends since we were 17. If my girlfriend had been cheating on me, and Pam knew, she'd tell me. She deserves to know what Jim is doing. But I'm just unsure if I can out Jim like this. What should I do? The side chick is literally posting pictures of him. This won't stay a secret for long. Your best friend deserves to know. She could get to STD or something. The fact that your brother basically raised you means nothing. He is still a shitty person for cheating. Tell your brother he needs to come clean, or you will have to do it yourself. If she finds out that you knew and didn't tell her, even if Jim ends up telling her, it will damage the friendship forever. If Jim was really sorry, he would be making it right with his wife and either end the marriage, end the side hustle, or ask his wife to open up their relationship. He's made his bed, and he can lie in it. Agreed. Your options are potentially ruining your friendship versus what? Not covering for someone's lie just so they can keep doing it? Jim is capitalizing on your soft spot for him, and coercing you into not saying anything simply because he doesn't want to face the repercussions of his hurtful actions, not because there's any other valid reason for him to be lying. His only interest is making sure he doesn't get caught and have to deal with the consequences, and it's cheeky to be making his shitty choices your problem. No. Definitely not on the open marriage. As someone that had an open marriage and absolutely prefers non-monogamy, bringing this up after cheating is so inauthentic, it's disgusting, and definitely a way to just continue his shitty ways. A true open relation desire requires and already would have discussion about it. Hello, I am curious as to your open marriage experience, if you are cool bananas to talk about it. With the presumption of yes, and to save back and forthing, by no means feel compelled to answer each of these, but take them as prompts presented machine gun style. I obviously noticed the past tense, has the marriage ended, or just the open part of it? If marriage, sorry to hear, was the openness a contributing factor, or an effort to prolong it, or both? Would you recommend being open, or, to rephrase, offer any advice to a couple who is open? Very keen to hear of your experience and hopefully learn a thing or two from somebody who's been there. Cheers. Update. My 26M brother 29M is married to, and cheating on my best friend 26F, and I'm conflicted if I should say anything. /r/all original post. Thanks for all the help I got in my last post. As much as it pained me to do so, I decided to do the right thing. Pam should know that my brother is cheating on her. I decided to give Jim a chance. I called him and told him that I can't keep this secret. It was tearing me up inside to do so. I couldn't think about anything else. I told him I loved him so much, but I couldn't let him do this to someone else I loved like family. He begged me to reconsider. He didn't try to guilt me or anything. But he did say that he needs his younger brother to just be there for him. I told him I couldn't. I asked him what he would want if it was me getting cheated on, or our little sister getting cheated. He said that he understood that it's wrong, but he was just exploring himself. I told him that that's no excuse. I told him that he had until that evening to tell Pam, and if he didn't I would have to. We then hung up and I just waited. At 11 p.m. I called Pam and stuck up a normal conversation. I asked her how things were with my brother. She said it was all fine and that they're thinking about having kids. I really couldn't believe my brother made me do this, but I had to tell her. I told her what I saw. She was livid and she refused to believe me. Luckily I was able to show her the screenshot of my brother being in someone else's bed. She then told me she needed to hang up. I haven't heard anything from my brother. But as of today, Pam is leaving him. So I guess that's good. She won't have to be hurt by him like that, and I can be there for her. My brother hasn't answered any of my calls or texts, so I don't know when we'll talk again. At least I still have Pam and my sister, I guess. At 11 p.m. I called Pam and stuck up a normal conversation. I asked her how things were with my brother. She said it was all fine and that they're thinking about having kids. Think about it this way. You not only saved Pam from an awful marriage, but you potentially saved kids from being brought into a dysfunctional family, which can cause so many different problems for the child. You did the right thing. I was Pam in this story 13 years ago, only none of the numerous people who knew the truth told me. I was pregnant when I found out half of the truth, and divorced by the time I found out the whole truth. You did the right thing. I love my daughter, but the reality is that her existence is based on lies. I am your daughter if you never left your husband. My father, alcoholic, continued to cheat on my mother for my entire childhood and adult life. It messed up her mental health, and I have been parenting both of them since I was 12. I finally set boundaries when I was in nursing school and couldn't take any more of their bullshit. We all have a much better relationship now, and I am working on my own mental health and ability to trust. Thank you for not being too scared to leave. I'm sorry to hear about your experience. I was the guy Pam many years ago. It was amazing how everyone seemed to know something was up and no one said anything. Oh, she did that? Yeah, I kinda figured something was up. Well gee, thanks for effing telling me. Needless to say, those friends dropped off for good. Your daughter's father was a liar, but her existence is definitely not a lie. I hope you make that distinction clear, because that is the foundation of serious insecurity in many people. I'm a child whose reality is based on lies. Except it was my mom that was the shit person. It tucked me up for a little bit until I was able to sort it out myself. Be honest with your kids. You won't want them finding out on their own. Oh my god, and I was having an argument with my friends if they would tell the person who was cheated on, and they wouldn't. I thought I'm losing my mind, but now I know that I was right. I'm also the Pam in this story. Thankfully I didn't have kids, but I was definitely hoping for marriage. Everyone else, old roommates included, knew before I did, and no one tried to say anything to me or stuck up for me at all in any way. Honestly, some days that burns me more than the actual cheating. Makes me feel like a total idiot and like literally no one cared about me in that situation. We hope that by sharing these stories with interested folks like you, we can help people recognize the signs of a relationship in trouble, and avoid so many of these heartbreaking situations yourselves. Have a good day or night, wherever you are.